Hey guys, what's up? It's just Connor here. Hope you're having an amazing day as per usual. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the 3 reasons why I think high ticket sales or sales as a skill is the best thing that you can be learning and doing heading in towards the end of 2023, 2024, and so on. Right, so without further ado, let's jump into the meat of it because that's usually the way that I do these videos. Point number one is that skills pay the bills. Right, let's talk about where the world is heading. So, as I'm sure you've all probably seen, you've probably seen demos from AI. You saw when ChatGPT blew up, and you saw a lot of the practical applications of AI and how quickly it's moving. You guys need to understand. I watched a podcast from a gentleman the other day. I don't remember his name, but he's obviously very intelligent, a lot more than I, or probably a lot more than you. And he was talking about the scary advancements when it comes to AI. So much that his primary positioning on it right now is to protect against how quickly it's going to advance and how many jobs it will replace, right? If you guys think AI is cool now, can you imagine what it's going to be like in a couple months, a year, a couple years' time? AI will replace millions upon millions of jobs, right, across the world, right, and many, many different jobs in many different industries. You guys need to stack skills so you can add value to the marketplace so that you become redundant, right? Not just AI, but as you guys get older, a lot of you guys watch the YouTube channel a lot on the younger side, right? Between 18, 25, maybe in your 30s, right? Some of you, right? For the, for the people that do watch the videos that aren't in that demographic, I still love you too. But for the majority of people that watch my videos, that is the age demographic. I've looked at the stats and the analytics. You guys need to understand as you get older, the more difficult it becomes to become employed, right? The less attractive you look as an employee to other companies, right? And so you need to do either two things here. You need to become more valuable in the marketplace or run your own business. And for most of you, the best option is to become less redundant, right? Learn more skills so you can become more valuable to the marketplace, right? There has been many instances in my life, and I'm a very, very young man, and I have seen it happen on many, many occasions where older people in my life, 30s, 40s, 50s, probably in the 40s and the 50s, they're either one or two things. They lose a job and they get let go, and then it's incredibly difficult and almost impossible to land another role in another company because of their experience, their skills, the value they add to the table, and of course their age, right? This is something very, very important to think about, guys. It's not just the short term, it's also the longer term. How can you have a skill that you can always fall back on to make you money, right? There's been many such cases where I've had friends' parents, right? Relatives' parents, people that I know, right? Uncles, aunties, things like that, where they've been pigeonholed into a job, right? They're pigeonholed to a job where they can't leave because they're dependent on that income, right? They have a mortgage, they have other things that have set up that prevent them from having the flexibility and the freedom to move, to do different things, right? This is the trap that they get you in, right? And when you have less skills to add to the table to be more valuable in the marketplace, well, you become more redundant. You become easy to replace, right? Particularly with AI. But more importantly, as you grow older in the future, you need to have skills that you can depend on that you can always make money with. And that is sales, guys. You need to understand that the skill of sales in general is that you can walk into any business and make the money. Sales is the most important position in any company, right? It's the lifeblood, it's the oxygen, right? The business does not breathe, it doesn't survive without the sales functioning component. So if you learn sales and you get really good at it and you know how to network with the right people and find the right companies to work with, it's an infinite money glitch. You'll never have to worry about money again. I got asked this question from a friend of mine. We're actually at an ice cold plunge in Burleigh, right? It's in Gold Coast, Australia. We're sitting in the hot plunge, the one after we almost froze our legs off. If you've ever been in a cold plunge, like it literally makes your shins hurt, like actual like aching pains. And we were sitting there, we're just cooking in the hot pool, and my friend Shay said, kind of like, what would happen if the RSA just went to zero tomorrow? And I said, there's no problem. In fact, my life will be a lot easier, to be honest with you, because I know that I would never make less than $250,000 a year. It's just a fact, right? I have the skills, I have the understanding, I have the strategy, I have the mindset, I have everything, all the tools, all the skills that I need to become valuable to any business to where I know that I'll make money. And that's why sales is by far the best skill that you can learn, because if you get really good at it, you can drop into any business, you can sell anything and add value to anybody, right? I can guarantee you, you are going to be picked over someone who is not going to make the business money, right? Very, very simple, guys, but very, very important concept to understand. If you are not worried about AI, do your research, right? There are many jobs, millions of jobs worldwide that will be replaced in the next couple of months, year, couple years, and it's going to be very, very, very highly volatile job market for those people. Customer service people, gone, guaranteed you. I think it's like air.ai, look it up, even demo it. Like it's crazy, guys. The AI is progressing very, very quickly, so be aware of it. And that's why developing skills that make you less replaceable, less redundant in companies is going to be really, really important 2023 moving forwards. And also, just to, before I go into my next 2 points, is not only that, is the amount of people that I have seen in my life that have studied university or gone to college and they struggle to find a job, right? They do this degree or do that degree, and yet they struggle to find a job. And when they do, it's a job that doesn't really pay that very much, right? As opposed, if you're in sales, you can do 6 figures your first year. You can do 6 figures your second year. You can do multiple 6 figures. Where is it in any career that you can do that? I can guarantee you there's very few, right? And sales is a skill that can merely be taught and learned. It's not something that's inherited. It's not something that you get the gift of the gab, right? Some are more charismatic than others, right? But it's a skill that's learned, right? If you guys look at my Instagram, right, go look through my story and my highlights. That is me. That video is me 4 or 5 years ago, right? That's the first time being on camera. If you can notice the way that I talk on camera now, it's a whole lot different to back then, right? I've learned, I've grown, and I've gotten better skills, right? So it's super, super important to understand that. Point number one. Point number two is your odds of success are way higher than starting a business, right? What do we know from the statistics? I don't know the exact one, but I know the percentage is very, very high that most businesses fail within the first year of business, right? Why? Because there's so many skills, there's so many expenses, there's so much risk. If you go all in on one skill, aka sales, you will never have to worry about making money again because, I'm already talking about the first point. Um, you know, let's just talk about the businesses, right? Your odds of success are way higher in sales than starting a business, right? Just very, very, very simply. The statistics don't lie. Just Google what is the success rate of first business owners, right? Or the first year business owners. The fail rate is very, very high. And when you have a skill that you can depend on, this is an important point actually. So when you start an e-commerce business or you start an affiliate marketing business, for example, you may learn a few skills, but what happens when that business goes down and it fails? You're left with nothing. You're left with nothing to say for it, maybe some, key learnings and some experiences, but nothing that you can really tangibly hold, right? Sales is a skill, something you can always be left with and always have, right? As I just mentioned in my previous example, you can drop me in the middle of anywhere in any English-speaking country and I'll work my way out of it because I know how to sell, right? Or even if it isn't English-speaking, I would literally just earn enough money to get a laptop and I would be back at 10K a month, minimum, within like 30 to 60 days. I guarantee you. Like that's just that skill, that comfortable certainty of security that you have when you become good at sales and you know how to navigate the industry, not just high ticket sales, but sales as a whole, whether or not you're in tech sales or really any other industry, that is when you have true abundance. And I remember there was a time where I actually called one of my students, Ben Wheeler, when we first started working together, when he was making $600, $700, $800 a week as a refrigeration mechanic to earning a 6-figure salary in less than 2 weeks of working together. I remember I gave him a call on the phone. I was like, bro, how's that feel? And he's like, it literally feels like I've just pulled money out of thin air. And that's the outcome that sales can allow you to do, right? You can speak words, the sounds that come out of your face can make you money. Craziness, right? It's a very, very crazy world that we live in, right? So that's my second point. And my third and final point is that as a career in sales, it is incredibly rewarding to those that actually put in the effort and put in the work, right? So because sales is a meritocracy, you get paid the more you play, right? You get paid the more results you bring to the table, right? This is very, very important to understand. At my job at Bunnings, working in retail, I can only earn what I'm paid by the hour. There's no payment increase, there's no this or that or whatever it might be. Quite simply, the better that I get at sales, the more that I get paid, right? It's a very, very, very hard thing to find in many industries, right? And so you can literally quite like write your own check. You can write your own bank balance because the better you get, the more skills you have, the opportunity that you get, which is all up to you, by the way. You can control that, right? The more money you'll make, right? And I think that is just beautiful. I don't see that in many places in the industry. And so the more skills you stack, right, the better, the more value will come in the marketplace, like business, marketing, these type of things. These are great team management skills, things like that. But just the key thing in mind is that the better you get at it, the more you get paid, right? There's nothing really cooler than that, in my opinion. So, without further ado, these are just my opinions, guys. But this is why I think that high ticket sales is by far the best thing you can be learning, because heading into the next couple of years, it's going to be rough for a lot of people in the job marketplace. And so the more valuable that you become to other people, the more that you think of that founder CEO mindset, the more successful you'll be in life. So that is today's video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're interested in joining the RSA and you want to learn the skill of sales, send me a DM on Instagram, apply the form below or somewhere on my YouTube channel. And yeah, if you're ready, I look forward to talking to you very soon. So enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I will speak to you very soon.